This is Kev Millar from the 2004 World Champion Boston Red Sox, and you're listening to Boston's Big Three podcast presented by Ride the Wave Media.
Welcome back to Boston's Big Three, episode 99, presented by Fubo TV. We're finally back. I mean, we're back in the swing of things. It's only been a week since we last recorded.
It's only been a weekend. What the hell happened to you? What happened to your face?
It's been a long week, so if you're just listening, you might have a little, like, you can see how big my lip is, man. I was in a bike accident, so it scratched up my face pretty good. If you're watching,
you're all bandaged up. If you put on the YouTube version of this on Ride the Wave Media, and you just pull this up within the first couple seconds, he's got a bandage right under his eye. His lip is like busted. Your chin's all scraped up.
I'm as pretty as I've ever been right now. But we've got a lot to get into this week, but I'm still good enough to talk. Still watched all the sports that went down this week, so we can get right into it. I know you had something to say, quick thought about the Patriots. We can get right into that.
Yeah, usually my Patriots stuff will last the full episode, but just some quick thoughts about the Patriots. Over the last weekend, we'll get into the Sox Yankees. Mac Jones was there Friday night. He was repping the Red Sox hat, repping the Red Sox jersey. That was on his Instagram, floated around Twitter. Pretty good look for the rookie to pander to the Boston city that, hey, I go to your other games and I'll rep your sports. So he's out, in Boston doing that. You have Cam Newton, who's down in Georgia right now, down in Atlanta. I believe he was at the Bucks-Hawks game the other night, but he's with his, I think it's George somebody. He's the quarterback whisperer. He's the guru. He's working with somebody. And you got Jarrett Stidham, our quarterback one. He is currently out in H-Town, Houston, down there celebrating his anniversary. So each quarterback is Mac Jones. It's good that he's in Boston where he needs to be. I look at the Stidham thing and I just say to myself, I know you're celebrating, I believe it's a second year anniversary. What are you doing down in Houston, dude? You should be in New England right now. You should be at Gillette every single day if you want to compete and really have a chance this year. Like, you give him no shot. You're not even going to say his name on this podcast. I know you won't. But for me,
who's not relevant right now,
he's looking out for him. It's like, what are you doing down in Houston? Like, you got to get your ass back to Gillette. You have to be at Gillette. And speaking of that, 1 month from today is the 30th of June. So a month from today, technically a month, the way days work, July 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st, 4 days in a row. That's when the Pats training camp's going to happen. Fans can attend it. 4 straight days. And August 6th is going to be an in-stadium practice just for season ticket members and residents of Foxborough, which is what happened at Ticketgate a couple of years ago. And that's how I got 400
hot
tickets.
Water.
and I'm sure something will happen again this year. So stay tuned later on for that. And then August 10th, which is 2 days before their actual preseason game, is another in-stadium practice actually open to the public. So most likely that will be the Patriots Hall of Fame induction that same day. Usually they try to put it together so they can get a big crowd out there. So other than that, for the next month, it should be pretty quiet for Patriots. Everyone should just be doing their own thing, have a little vacation, start getting their bodies ready, start prepping. And Spike King himself will be prepping and getting ready for content. Maybe we'll do a Dante Hightower appreciation day because he'll be there. Maybe I'll do a Jarrett Stidham section and just be sitting by myself. So
you're not going to have a retirement party for Dante?
It'll be interesting when I show my face up there. It's been like a year and a half.
It's been like 2 years.
2 years, yeah. Kind of 2 years since I've showed my face to Gillette in front of a crowd. So will people still want to talk to me? Probably not, but we'll see what ends up happening.
It'll be like the Bill Belichick chant from a few years ago when they won the Super Bowl. We're still here.
Still here.
Still here.
No days off. No days
Gosh,
off.
that was the funniest thing, seeing him try to start that chant in front of the government center. And just no one, like, it's just like off tempo, like you can't copy it, you can't follow along because it's just like the weirdest like beat to it ever. But
the other big thing that we'll be watching for over the next month, if we're going to talk Patriots and have more in-depth conversations, is Stephon Gilmore's contract. So
I saw that.
couple days ago.
On Twitter?
CBS, yeah. So they posted like, the top 10 defensive backs and cornerbacks and what they get paid. And then Gilmore quote tweeted it and said, oh, okay. And then CBS deleted their tweet for some reason. I think they just clickbaited Gilmore to do that and then be like, haha, like, look, we got you. And then that kind of blew over. And again, I was actually got to see Justin Zola today from the Nashville Pats fan club. He was up here in this area and we were talking and, he agrees, pay Gilmore. And I was like, where are you going to get that money? Because they need to get that money somehow. That's where the Hightower thing comes in here and comes into play. You're not going to pay Hightower $12 million this year for a dead cap of $2 million when you can tell Hightower you're taking a pay cut if you want to play this year. Like,
right.
There's something's going to happen this next month. They got to pay Gilmore. You got to keep Gilmore. I don't want to get rid of him. You got to give him his money.
Oh, no. Yeah. He's definitely earned his spot in New England, but I don't know if that's going to be like the type of situation where Bill's going to either pay this guy or I think what normally happens, what we've seen in the last 10 years, 20 years with Bill Belichick, when a guy's coming up, and especially when he started his career with New England, he got paid a lot of money to come to the Patriots. And I don't know if he's going to get that upped anytime soon. So he might be finding his way out the door or getting that pay raise soon.
And it's crazy because they paid Gilmore. And it's
right.
Like, holy crap, you're paying him that, but he provided, he did
Absolutely.
that. And is Bill going to be thinking in the back of his mind, if I pay him the 14, 15 million that he wants this year, is he going to slack off? Is he going to be the same player?
Right.
Am I going to get the same Gilmore out there? Compared to a JC Jackson who's fighting for a contract for next year, you're going to get top JC Jackson out there. So I know, I just hope Gilmore earned it and Gilmore should get the money, which although a couple of years ago, fans were like, why are you giving him this money? What are you doing, Bill? So, and Bill, we trust. Whatever happens,
Bill, we trust.
That's it.
Well, Babs, did you watch the Red Sox this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Because I sure did. And you know what?
I got the Red Sox hat on.
Yeah, I know. We both
do
did today. It's a good day when we're both rocking it. So, you know what I watched them on this week?
What'd you watch them on?
I watched them on Fubo TV.
What's Fubo TV?
So why pay over $100 a month for TV when you could get NESN and NBC Sports Boston with Fubo TV? Get the channels you want with the Boston sports you love for the price that others can't beat. Watch NESN and more with Fubo TV. Try it free today. I've got it on the back here. We got the Red Sox on right now. I think they're playing the Royals 6th inning right now, and it's in a rain delay. Did you see it today where it's just all kinds of like lightning and everything going on? You're up there right now. So
yeah, our power went out like an hour before this. So
if Babs disappears from the show for whatever reason, his house was struck by lightning, but
it's calmed down. It's calmed down. It was going crazy. And you know what? I want to speak about Fubo TV.
Yeah.
You know what I hate?
What?
Is that YouTube TV doesn't carry NESN.
That's why we're rocking with Fubo.
I can't watch any freaking games this year. I have to watch them on TBS. I have to watch them on Fox. I got to wait for the national games. I have to listen to the radio. Like,
you got to transition to Fubo. It's the new wave.
We got to do that because I want to watch the Sox for the rest of the year.
And it's a fun team to watch. And back to that, like what we were talking about, the Red Sox this weekend. That was a good time to be at Fenway. If you're a Red Sox fan and you didn't go to a game this weekend, you missed out big time because the Yankees were in town. I think since the last time we recorded, the Red Sox haven't lost a game, and they're in the lead right now, so it's still going to hold true.
Yeah, they're going for 6 in a row tonight.
Six in a row.
And I told you, Brendan, going to last episode 98. The Red Sox, you sweep the Yankees again, that's huge momentum for the organization because now it's like you swept the Yankees twice this season.
Haven't lost to them.
And you want to get on this hot streak as you go into the All-Star break. And I saw during this weekend, they pulled up the schedule. They play them 8 times in like 11 days after the break. So like, that's huge too. Like, and that will get the fans excited, especially where the Stanley Cup's going on, NBA Finals is about to happen. There'll be no other sports. Nothing else is going on. Training camp hasn't happened yet for the Patriots. So you're in that mid-July. That's a perfect time for Red Sox Yankees.
And it's great news too that the Red Sox get to keep playing the Yankees because they actually suck. Like the Yankees suck chant it's like it's not even fun anymore because you're just speaking it into like we were trying to speak it into existence before, but now it's actually true. So it's like there's not as much
and more so too, like they're still favored. Like they're still favored to win the division. And the fact that they were favored to win the division before the season and heavily favored to go to the World Series, and they're still favored and by the betting odds, even getting swept twice by the Red Sox. And it's like, it's just why? And as a Red Sox, you're still an underdog technically, even though you're the way better team than them. So
as it stands right now, the Red Sox, who are as of right now, June 30th, during the rain delay versus Kansas City, have an 8% chance to win the World Series this year. Who saw this coming? We're at the halfway point of the season. We're like 81 games in, and the Red Sox are the best team in the American League record-wise. Nobody could have seen this coming. I know we've talked about it before, but sweeping the Yankees the way we have the last 6 games against them, especially if you look back at the crapshoot that 2020 was against them, we won 1 game out of 10 against them.
I think
they were bullying us.
They started the season, obviously that 3-game losing streak. They look
Right.
terrible, and then everyone's like, "Oh, this is going to be a long."
Everyone's like,
season.
"All right, it's the same thing as last year."
Then they went on a 9-game win streak, and you're like,
Yep.
"Okay, could be fluky. It's April, all right."
Right.
The Red Sox have proved that they're a legitimate team.
They
Like,
are
if
legit.
you, what else do you need to wait and see? Like, for this
Right.
team, maybe this West Coast trip that they're coming up, because they're about to go to Oakland, they're about to go to LA, and sometimes they might struggle on the West Coast. Like, yeah, when they went down to Houston and Texas, they struggled a little bit down there in Houston. They just can't beat the Astros and I think that's core. That's gotta be something little fishy going on
Something's
there.
back room.
But as long as you can keep beating up on these teams,
Right.
especially in your division. I mean, the Blue Jays are a hot team as well, batting. Tampa Bay is a good team as well. If you can keep beating those teams, what else do you guys waiting for? Like, hop on the wagon now. We're letting you all aboard. Like, come on the Boston Red Sox wagon.
Everyone get on the Red Sox wagon. I know the Celtics kind of let us down. Like, everyone was off the Celtics wagon long before the season was over because it just went downhill really fast. But I think everyone was on board the Bruins, and now the Bruins are gone. So now what are we going to watch? What are we going to look at? Red Sox are the move right now because they are so hot right now. They're the best team in the American League, best team in the AL East. We'll keep hammering that. Even when they're not in first place, they're always fighting for a way. They're still winning the games to get back into the first place, but the Tampa Bay just kept winning games, and now they're finally on a losing streak, and the Red Sox are taking full advantage of it.
Even something too where, like, you sweep the Yankees and you go into this Kansas City series, and we're in game 3 right now, but even the last 2 games, like, Kansas City scores right away. Garrett Richards pukes on himself.
Oh, God,
absolutely craps on himself. But it's the Sox bats that are alive. The Sox are hitting the ball. They're there. So things are clicking right now. And another thing to look forward to is Chris Sale. He just pitched today. Like, he had his little Latin to Christian Arroyo, struck him out, and even Christian Arroyo went on Twitter and quote tweeted, said, "Yeah, he's good.
He's legit.
He's got his stuff." And we might see Chris Sale next week, I believe, is his rehab.
So he's starting his rehab assignment. I don't know what level it's going to be at. I would assume it's probably starts AA and then move up to AAA and kind of work his way back to the big league rotation. But I would imagine he might come out of the bullpen a few times. I know he mentioned that a few times in his pressers. But he is well on his way back, and I definitely think he's going to start earning that role in the rotation in Boston over a guy like Garrett Richards, who has just been awful since they started cracking down on the sticky stuff.
Do you move Garrett Richards to the bullpen as a reliever? And do you think that could be beneficial for him to come in for an inning or 2 and just help out? I mean, that's somebody, Richards, in the postseason, comes in there for an inning and does 1, 2, 3, and everyone's like, wow, like, holy shit. Like,
he could be one of those stretch relievers like the other guy named Garrett on the team who has been unbelievable. Garrett Whitlock, who's a stretch reliever coming in for the Red Sox once a week, who will come in, give you 3 innings when the starter's not doing so hot. But if you had a guy like Garrett Richards go into the bullpen, I don't think it would be necessarily successful, but you may even find that Garrett Richards may not even be on the active roster here in a few weeks if he keeps up the current pace he's at, because he's been allowing like 5-6 earned runs a game in the first 2 innings before. He's lucky if he makes it through 4 or 5.
Brandon, we're about 1 month away from the end of trade deadline, right? In the MLB, are the Red Sox going to make a move? Should they make a move?
The Red Sox should definitely make some moves for a reliever. I'm not sure what that might look like, who you're trading, who you're bringing in. But I think some right-handed or left-handed, I don't even need to say that, just relievers in general, because the starting rotation, the way it looks, you have a good 1, 2, 3 punch going into the postseason, going into September, October, especially if Chris Sale becomes your number 1 guy again, if Nick Pivetta continues what he's been doing, if Eduardo Rodriguez continues to find the zone and what he's been able to do. Martin Perez works as a good number 4 guy. He's started tonight. But Garrett Richards is not a postseason pitcher. I would I would be a nervous wreck going into the postseason if Garrett Richards was a guy starting a game 4, game 5, even a closeout type situation. But that's when you would want your number 2 or number 3 guy in that rotation going to try to close those out for you.
Does it worry you at all about currently, I'm looking at the standings in the playoffs, right?
Right.
Does it worry you at all about their run differential? So as of going into this game, they're plus 44. Houston's plus 130.
Houston's a great team. Houston's a great all-around team. So I'm not worried about that.
Chicago White Sox are plus 82. Tampa Bay's plus 76. Toronto, who's on the outside looking in, is plus 71. And then it's Oakland, who's plus 33. So do you feel that maybe another bat in the lineup to get something outside of the 2 through 5 hitters?
You may want to
go that way.
Yeah, you may want to find a guy with a higher on base percentage, because the leadoff spot's been the real issue for the Red Sox this year. You've had a mix of Michael Chavis, Kike Hernandez, even Marwin Gonzalez, Christian Arroyo have found themselves in that one spot going into games, but it's worked out for Kike. He's kind of been digging out his role there over the last week or so, especially during this win streak, because he led off the game against Garrett Cole. Like, Garrett Cole is this guy that we were promised was a great pitcher that we're going to have to worry about as Red Sox fans for the next 10 years. And he just crapped the bed, and Kike Hernandez led off the game with first pitch home run. So I'm not worried about that.
Sticky stuff.
Sticky stuff, man.
The sticky stuff has got some of these pitches rattled.
Right.
It just the fact that even when I think he gave up like 4 runs in one of the innings, they were like, oh, we still need to see your hat. We still need to see this, that. It's like the mind games that go into it. Right. Is probably, hey, check them. Make sure you check them.
Got to check them. But that's whole sticky stuff situation's really crazy. But especially when they're checking guys after having the worst inning of their careers. But I love nothing more than that Sunday game and seeing Garrett Cole just get rocked in the first inning, especially on a first pitch home run by Kike. Like, Kike is not like all-star like he could be there if he really wanted to be, I think, if he nose down grind type guy, but he's just kind of your run of the mill average baseball player, but can play a bunch of different positions, but ended up going bridge the very first pitch of the game. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
I want to look this up, but it's probably going to take me too long. I want to know what the longest win streak against the Yankees is for the Red Sox in a single season.
It's got to be. I want to say like 11 or 12, maybe back in 2008.
I would love for the Red Sox to either, repeat something like that, especially when they have a lot of games coming up in July. I mean, they're bound to lose at some point.
Well, we got to get 9 in a row back because of last year. So I think I know we have a 2-game series coming up against them. I don't know when the next 3 game, but we got to get 3 more against the Yankees in order to even the playing field from last year. And then we're back at 500 against them from the last 2 years.
I'm very interested in this West Coast trip coming up. Like,
me too.
So say this game's over, right?
Right. Hopefully, delayed, it's gone 6 innings.
And they're supposed to play at 1:00 tomorrow, but I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Right. And then tomorrow's that travel day, as we talked about last time. And then you're going to head out to Oakland, which Oakland's already at home, and Oakland's a pretty good team this year as well too. So
yeah, they always find a way.
And then the Angels, when you play the Angels, I mean, they're not great, but they can still get a win or 2 off of you like that.
They got superstars.
Sometimes playing on that West Coast, like just the way they play, like down in Texas, it just doesn't work out.
Right.
It's like me with the NFL. Like, I don't like West Coast teams playing an East Coast team at 1:00. I'm like, I don't ever pick that. I will never pick that. And I just have that. But if they can go into this West Coast trip and win, I don't know how many games are there. 8,
6 games,
6. So win 4, win 5,
win 4 would be a win. Winning 4 of them. 4. I don't care if you sweep one of the teams and only win 1 against the other. Coming back with 4 wins from these series in Oakland and Anaheim will be huge for the Red Sox moving forward, especially when they see where they kind of match up, because Red Sox are the measuring stick right now in the American League. So the teams we're going to play, they're looking up to the Red Sox and saying, hey, we need to be like them. We want to be like them. If we can beat the Red Sox, we're contenders. And I think that's what Oakland and Anaheim are going to both be looking to do this coming week. So it's going to be a little tricky because you're going to have to be playing up to the competition because they'll be playing up to you. Can't be playing down to everybody else, even though everyone else is below you this week.
What's the contract for Alex Cora? How many years do they have him locked in for?
I couldn't tell you. Maybe 2 or 3. Maybe some club options in there.
He's
going to extend something.
Alex Cora wins the World Series, coaches in a World Series. Where do you rank him as coaching all time on the Red Sox? And it's like, do you lock him in for like a 10-year deal and ride him?
If he wins the World Series this year, he's number 1 easily.
Yeah.
because I like Terry Francona is like the number one right now. I think you'd probably rank him on how many World Series titles they've won. You probably in my lifetime, you've probably
Yeah,
got
we're not going back to the early 1900s.
no.
Like that.
Yeah,
No,
I couldn't name any of those
not
guys.
doing it. It's a different era of ball.
But you put Tito, you put John Farrell, Alex Cora, Bobby Valentine. I put Alex Cora above because of what he's done this year. So Tito, Cora, Farrell, Bobby Valentine. Bobby Valentine is just the easiest last place in the easiest.
Tito Francona kind of imploded in a way, like with that team, right? Do you think Cora could do the same thing, like 5 years from now? He wins a World Series maybe this year,
potentially. But the thing is,
too comfortable.
Yeah, with these Red Sox managers, the first year they come into Boston, they keep winning World Series. So you may have to just kind of keep like a carousel, like get 3 managers, have them like come in a year, take 2 years off, take a bench role, because every time they get a new manager, they win the World Series. And Francona, John Farrell started in 2013, Alex Cora 2018. So if it keeps working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if Alex Cora wins and it's his first year, because it's technically his first year again, right?
Yeah, technically. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's his first year with the team. Starting fresh again.
He wasn't the manager last year.
Who currently from the Boston Red Sox will be making the All-Star game this year?
Oh, I think voting closes tonight. So if you haven't got your ballots in, might be too late by now. But Rafael Devers, our third baseman, he's starting. He's going to start the All-Star game. First time in his career, he'll be an All-Star. And then Xander Bogaerts be his third or fourth All-Star game. Couldn't tell you, but he'll be starting as well. And then JD Martinez, who's also a finalist, he'll probably be on the outside looking in. He'll be at the All-Star game, but he won't be starting because there's a guy out in Anaheim named Shohei Ohtani who's just been lights out, lighting it up on the baseball field. Not today, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, he gave up like today. 7 runs in the first inning, but yeah. Hey, everyone has a down day.
Right.
I mean, like Ohtani it's just amazing to watch him.
He's so cool. And then Alex Verdugo is also a finalist, but the outfield pool is so big. He might find himself get pushed up if Mike Trout's not healthy by then, but we'll see. But
who's in the home run derby this year?
Oh man, I know Trey Mancini, Shohei, Ohtani, Trevor Story.
No, I was watching MLB Network.
Sure. I think it's only been four or five have been announced of the 8.
Forced to watch. I hope Ohtani wins. I was forced to watch MLB Network because I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on around the league. Trevor Story, they said that he's going to be a trade candidate, that a team will be looking at him.
Yep.
What team do you think that he's
I would love to see him as a shortstop. I would love to see him on the Oakland A's. I think they could definitely make a move for him because they traded their all-star last year, or not traded. He signed with the Blue Jays. So that big bat left their lineup. But if they traded for Trevor Story, that'd be a huge splash. I think a team like Oakland or New York could definitely take him, especially when I don't think the Rockies would trade again, like their second, third best player the last 5 years to a team in the NL, the way they did with what's his name, Nolan Arenado. So I think Oakland and New York are probably the best spots for Trevor Story to land 2 months from now or a month from now. So.
Well,
it'll be interesting.
You'll be going to Oakland.
I'll be going.
You can scout, and just ask the fans and see what they feel. If
see if they want Story. Yeah, I'll be going with my buddy Jake, who's an Oakland fan. So it'll be fun most of the weekend. I'm heading out here, not Thursday night. I'm leaving Friday. So going to all 6 of those West Coast road trip games. It'll be fun.
What's your record in person this year?
Oh man, I have to check. I'm under 500 still. I think I'm 2 games under 500.
It's time to
get him back. It's because of that Baltimore series at the beginning of the year, man. That was terrible. And then Sox won 9 straight and lost again in Minnesota.
You'll bounce back.
Oh, we got it.
You bounce back.
Yeah, I got a lot more games to catch up on. So, I think we get 6 games. I think, like we were talking about, if they go 4-6, we're back to 500. And I'm going to Chicago later and Seattle. So who knows?
Let's talk a little bit. I'm going to a game. July 10th.
Which one are you going to?
July 10th. It's my birthday, right? They're going to be playing
the Phillies, right?
Phillies. They're playing 4:00. So here's the thing. For the people that like to listen to us, we thank you for tuning in. I'll let you in a little secret, a little insight. So I headed up to Watabe and asked him, Watabe, what's it called when they hit a home run and they ride in the laundry cart?
It's tunnel time.
It's tunnel time. We didn't know that. Me and GRD, right?
Yeah, I know that. Don't put that on me.
No,
I'm a baseball guy.
You're a baseball guy. And you know what? Me and Corey asked one of our childhood friends, who is our baseball guy growing up, He had no idea what the hell tunnel time was. I was at Corey's house and I said tunnel time, and someone said, "What the hell's tunnel time?" But they know what the laundry card is.
Yeah.
They know that. They've seen it. If you've been following the Red Sox this season,
absolutely.
you know what it is.
I'm surprised no one.
I don't think it's just a name that's out there yet.
Right.
Like it's just even though it's like once you said it, I searched it on Twitter. Then even the Red Sox used it. The Red Sox, their official account used tunnel time, but it's not like produced out there. It's not said. Me and GRD are going to grab a laundry cart, and we're going to be at the game July 10th outside beforehand on Lansdowne Street doing tunnel time.
That'll be fun.
On Lansdowne. We have I don't want to get too much into it because of the conversations I've had, but I'm pulling resources together right now behind closed doors
to kind of get our sponsor, get Fubo on the side of the cart, get something.
So I had a conversation with the company today about that, with GRD as well, and we talked it out. My phone overheated, so the call got dropped. I had to wait and recall them
because it was hot in Boston.
They were, oh yeah, it was terrible. I'm super sunburnt.
Sorry, back to what you're saying.
So they taught, and I'm not going to name the company. I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but they loved the idea. They were like, wow, like that's great. We don't want to attach our name to it because of a liability. What if someone gets hurt? Like, what if something happens? Like, and it's just like, this is like a week away or a week and a half away. And we're asked them about their previous marketing and what they've done. And they told us how much they've spent. And I'm like, we're not looking for that. We're just looking for you buy us the laundry cart, give us some t-shirts, put your name on the side of it, because we know that one pitcher that's going to get picked up wherever it is, you know, Brendan, like
absolutely.
Bleacher Report, ESPN, Nesson, like they're all going to watch this and they're gonna be like, this is awesome.
You'll have to line up like a bunch of people. So give you high fives when you go through. It'll be fun.
We're rolling deep with like 15 people anyways at the game. Yeah. So that's all you need. It's that visual, right?
Absolutely.
It's just one of us pushing the cart and say someone's in it. It's that snapshot from the front, just like you see in tunnel time.
Yeah, just like you see on TV.
Your sponsorship, your ad right there in the front.
I know.
That's viral. It's everywhere.
Someone's missing out. Someone's
going to miss out. And I think the company that I talked to today, no hard feelings. It's just, we're going through our list and we're putting through our connections. They're going to see it go viral and be like, shit, we should have done something. And next time we won't deny them. We'll work with them next time. But I'm excited because some people are going to look at this and be like, you guys are childish. You guys are adults. Why are you doing that? But it's fun. Like, it's just that fun atmosphere. And I can't wait to go to the game because I hope on this West Coast trip, they go on a little run. Totally. And I hope going into the Phillies game and I hope they win against the Phillies so we can do it afterwards. And guess what? If it's a hit and it's a smash and we want people to know what tunnel time is.
Right.
I'm a Sox casual and I want the Red Sox fans to know what tunnel time actually is.
Tunnel time is fun. It's like the one back in 2016 when it was Mookie, Jackie Bradley, and Andrew Benintendi in the outfield. They had the win, dance, repeat thing.
Yeah,
it's like the next version of that. Instead of after every win, it's every home run. You get to ride in the home run cart. Get to go in tunnel time.
If I could get that cart inside the stadium, that would be awesome.
You'd shut it down. It'd be wild. Going through the concourse.
But it's like, this is something that we know in the postseason would be fun. Like they win a game in the postseason. You're down on Lansdowne pushing carts and shit like that.
Everyone just like racing down Jersey Street or Lansdowne.
But when we put our heads together, me and GRD, like we come up with good ideas, like the taco thing. I mean, we were the first ones to do it. And then all of a sudden, once taco came on the team, people want it. It's everywhere, right? You own it. Tunnel time, as fans, we want to own it. We just want to have fun with it and we want to put it out there. So
right. So as soon as you guys post that photo and it gets going viral, there's gonna be laundry carts on outside Fenway every night. Everyone's gonna be pushing. They'll be doing like bumper cars with them. It'll be
we're gonna leave the cart with Sausage Guy and just say charge people $5 for something like that.
Take a ride.
Donate
I'll push
to
you
Best
around.
Buddies. Yeah. No, it'll be fun. I can't wait to go to the game and just act up like that and just have a great time. And I hope the weather is nice as well too. So
yeah, it's gonna be a good week to be at Fenway next week. So after we got one more game, they got one more game against the Royals tomorrow, as long as it's not raining.
Yeah,
as long as it's not raining. I would be really shocked if this game continues tonight because it's raining, it's downpouring. Like you said, you're gonna get struck by lightning any second now. So,
well, I mean, right now, like I'm in Bridgewater, right?
Right.
And
so
it says,
so it's past you already, or is it?
I mean, it's gone past me. I'm
Right.
south of Boston,
Okay.
and it was coming
north.
down. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's only going to rain for the next like 20 minutes, and then it's done. Do they
Oh,
want to try to
maybe.
get this game in as
They
soon as
probably
possible?
do, but it's an official game in the books already, so they just have to go through 5 innings, and they've done that and then some.
Which I'm surprised, like, why they holding out.
Right, exactly. This is what happened earlier. Who was it against? Maybe the Braves when they were in Boston. I think the same thing happened. They got the lead late and called it a wrap after 6 or 7 innings.
Are they playing the Royals at all, like later in the season? So in terms of like tomorrow's game is going to be a 1:00, but it's a travel game.
I think this is it. This is the last time we'll see the Royals all year. So tomorrow is the last game the Red Sox play against the Royals.
Royals could probably make a
next
stink.
year.
No, we want to finish this
Right,
game.
exactly.
Like we want to finish this.
Yeah, they wouldn't postpone it since it's already started. So it's an official game. Everything counts already. So who knows?
Maybe they're just holding back right now. Like we'll wait it out. We'll play tonight because maybe they know tomorrow. It's like we're not playing that game tomorrow. We'll figure out a different day for it if it's going to rain.
Problem is tomorrow's a travel day because you have that early 1 p.m. start, so you can get the game in.
But if they know the weather, if they're like, all right, well the weather is going to hold out tonight, and the Royals are more like we want to play tonight, like we want to play, we'll skip our game tomorrow. Like we'll just figure it out, postpone it later in the season, have a one-off game somewhere. So
something down the line, but whatever happens, if the Red Sox end up sweeping this homestand, that would be so cool. 7 straight at home and 3 against the rival. It's magical. You can't beat that.
The rival Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, not them, but the old pinstripes beforehand. But we can move on here from Red Sox baseball. Udoka had his introductory press conference this week. I didn't personally watch it, but I saw a few bullet points, a few snippets of it, and I'm excited for it. I'm ready to run through a wall for this guy already.
Interesting comments that he made about Brad Stevens.
Oh yeah, I thought they were funny, especially he's sitting right next to him. You can poke fun at him because they're going to be working together for a long time. So
second interesting thing he said was that he said Marcus Smart is a foundation piece for the Boston Celtics. So it sounds like Smart is in their plans this year. And talking to Corey GRD, he says, why trade Smart when it's not going to matter? Like his trade value isn't as high as people think it is. He's on an expiring deal. So wouldn't you rather keep Smart and get the most out of him this year as he heads into the next year in free agency? Because who's really going to take him unless it's a bubble team, a playoff bubble team later in the season?
Well, I think he's going to be the starting point guard because you already shipped Kemba off, Payne. I'm still going through the feelings with that one, but Marcus Smart might be your number 1 point guard now, similar to like a Patrick Beverley type starting in Los Angeles. So who knows? I think Marcus Smart. I'm not the basketball expert here. Wish Tyler was here to set us straight, but I think Marcus Smart will be the starting point guard for the Celtics next year. I know he started as the 2 guard a few times alongside Kemba when everyone was all healthy, but I think Marcus is probably going to be the starting point guard for the Celtics for the foreseeable future, at least until that contract's up, because I know GRD was talking about that, how this is the last year on his contract in Boston, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This is last year. So I spun it as like, the Belichick thing. You get the maximum out of everybody, and then you say, see you later, go make your money elsewhere.
See ya. Maybe sell high. I'm not sure if Celtics would do that. If it's a down year, they might do that.
Do you feel a little bit more comfortable now that like the Celtics got bounced early, and now you're looking at some of these players like Kawhi Leonard got hurt,
right?
And Trae Young was out the other night.
Every team has had a player missing. It's insane.
Giannis,
it's not going to make for an exciting finals if everyone's hurt like this. You're gonna have a guy like Massachusetts native Pat Connaughton winning Finals MVP or something. It's gonna be weird.
I look at it like I hated Jalen was out for the season, rest of the way. They benched Rob Williams at the end. They benched Kemba at the end. Right. They're protecting the bodies, right? And it makes more sense now when you're looking at it.
Yeah, these are the assets that we talked about last year.
And you know who's smiling? LeBron James, because he's like, I told you so. I told you so. I tweeted all about this a couple weeks ago. I told you guys so. I told you the NBA. You didn't. It's just. And then, like you said, it kind of sucks. I'm interested. The Clippers, I think they're losing right now. They're probably going to lose tonight. I was interested if the Clippers could pull it up and pull it off and go into the finals if Kawhi would even play, because they haven't officially ruled him out yet.
Yeah, I'm convinced he's torn his MCL or something. You can't sit all these games. I would assume it's got to be a tear or something.
Well, the Suns are up 9 at halftime, and I just
closeout.
Yeah, it's a closeout game on the road. I think it's over.
I think that's a wrap too.
Yeah.
The Bucks one's kind of surprising, especially with Giannis going down. So that's anybody's series right now, especially if Giannis isn't playing.
Is there any update? Do you have anything? Because I haven't looked into it today.
Last I saw, he's probably not playing Game 5. So Hawks could win that one.
Yeah, I'm interested just right now to take a look at the line for tomorrow because
I would definitely
Bucks are favored. Bucks are
Yeah.
favored 1.5.
I would definitely sprinkle the Hawks again on that one.
It's probably just because it's at home. Well, is Trae Young gonna play?
Probably not. So there's no Giannis, no Trae Young. Probably.
It's like, what's the point of watching?
Right. Exactly. The ratings are going down because of that. They were so high because LeBron wasn't playing. All these new teams, new faces, but now that all the star players are gone, it's like, what's the point?
Spike King's gonna be right. I told you the NBA Finals ratings are gonna be in the toilet, and you said no. They've been up. They've been up. Babs. I'm telling you,
we're going up this year. Who knows? We'll check those numbers before our next show. But not a lot on this show, but we can definitely start wrapping up here. Move into our final thoughts presented by nobody yet.
Yeah, we'll get on that.
We'll get on that one.
We'll get on that soon.
What you thinking?
My final thought is I hope you have a safe trip out the West Coast.
Thank you.
And I hope that the Red Sox, no, I don't hope. The Red Sox will continue their winning ways. And I think you're going to see a complete sweep on the West Coast.
Wow.
When you're out at your games. You're
6-0.
6 in a row. You're going to be 6-0
out
there.
Wow.
You'll see it.
That would definitely get us over 500, but I'm stoked for that. But I guess my final thought is go Suns, I guess. Rally the Valley. I'm out in here in Phoenix, so why not?
We have like 1 minute left.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah. What's going on there, man?
I saw Twitter blow up about it today. And he's a free man. I guess the district attorney, DA, like something got screwed up. Something got screwed up and the case got thrown out.
Man.
He admitted what he did. And he's a free man now.
I can't believe that.
People are flip-flopping on this. Number one, it's like money buys freedom and it's not right. But other time, people who grew up on Bill Cosby and love Bill Cosby, they see him free. They're like, that's awesome. Yeah. So I avoid.
It's very weird.
I have
I don't have an opinion on it.
I don't have an opinion on it, but Bill Cosby's a free man.
Out of that one. I don't know if he should be, but who knows?
Put and pop stocks are through the roof right now.
Golly. Boston's victory.